Yo, we just want to welcome y'all back to another episode here on Fucking Listen.
Fucking listen.
It's your host, A-Dub, and I'm with my co-host.
Andrew, we're starting.
Today, we're going to dive into some conversations that y'all have behind closed doors.
Yeah.
Those conversations that's uncomfortable to bring out into the light. But you know what this podcast is all about. It's about starting these conversations, bringing them to the public so the public can be better. Personally, I think us as a human race can improve. I can't say the same thing about my partner. You know what I mean? So we get different inputs and different effects from this podcast, as you can see. So whichever side you rocking with,
I'm right. Okay, I'm very stubborn.
All right. So we're gonna have this conversation right here today called overthinking. We all do it all the time. Don't run from it. No. Come back. Mm-hmm. Don't turn the episode off. Don't pause it. Don't roll your eyes and say, "Oh, here these niggas go."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Hitting it where it hurt again. They probably feel like it's starting to feel like Sunday service. You know when you don't go to church.
Yeah.
And then one time you go, you feel like God is specifically talking to you. Yeah. If that's what this feel like, I'm gonna need you to strap the fuck in. Buckle up. And listen to this conversation and go have these conversations with your friends. That's what this all for.
Simple as that. We just try to open the door so you can open your life up. Stop being a bitch. Grow the fuck up.
Jesus. Grow the fuck up.
God damn.
Know what I mean? But let's go ahead and dive into it. I think we done reprimanded them enough.
Yeah.
This shit. Yeah. So, overthinking. How does that come about? You know what I mean? Me personally, I could speak for all. I feel like overthinking comes from people having anxiety, trying to be perfectionist, fear of failure, a desire to control shit. Overthinking can also stem from like whatever you went through the past, your past experience, the traumas that you've been through. It's just overthinking comes from a mindset that was set for you, based off what you saw or what you did coming up, in life. Because we don't all overthink about the same shit.
Oh no, not at all. No, we all do.
You know what I mean?
Shit. Like stresses in life.
Us personally, we might overthink about, for example, something simple like not simple, but like we might overthink about money. Like money might be something that we think like that's a burden for us. Like we don't have the luxury to just be like, I could not have a job for a year.
Yeah.
And I'll be fine. You know what I mean?
That'd
but it's some people in this world that has that luxury. Like it's people in this world whose kids are our age that have never worked before. In their lives. You know what I mean? Can't fault them for it. But it's not one of the things that they gotta you know what I mean, overthink about. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's just crazy how, once again, the way that you was raised and brought up in life dictates how you control different stuff.
That attributes a lot of shit in life. A lot of people don't realize that, but it definitely does.
Definitely does. Every conversation we had went back and stemmed from your childhood.
I mean, we probably had shitty childhoods. Who knows? You know what I mean?
Who knows? I think mine was great. Me personally, I feel like my parents did a bang up job.
Good job.
They did a bang up job with what they had.
Emotional fucking trauma for sure. Though.
Oh yeah, for sure. You can't. You know what I mean? You gotta put your kid through something. If you don't put them through nothing, they ain't gonna be shit in life.
I'm glad I went through what I went through. I'm not gonna lie to you, because I don't see some of these people out here, bro.
Hey. Talk to me. Hey, man, I'm up in Austin with the worst
Some of y'all need to get beat. I ain't gonna lie.
Word.
Some of y'all just need to get slapped one time across the face by your mama or daddy. And some of y'all definitely need to get bullied for sure.
What?
I'm not gonna lie.
Where is this conversation going?
I'm not gonna take it where I want to take it. Let's get back on track. I'm about to rant. I'm about to fucking rant. Good times.
Yeah, we just go stem past that. People need to get bullied. All right.
Hey man, some people need it. For those who know what I'm talking about, for sure. For sure. But if you don't, that's not my fault. You probably want to.
Who?
No, not you. I'm saying the people that don't know. You know what I'm saying? They're probably like, damn, what he talking about? Yeah, you the ones.
I was just saying, boy,
Any input.
you got me fucked up. You know what I mean? But back to the motherfucking conversation. Y'all know this nigga always take us off the goddamn road. And we gotta do side quests and shit.
And then entertainment.
When it comes to overthinking, like,
yeah.
First of all, let's go ahead and talk about our own experiences. We find ourselves overthinking and how it affected our situations and shit like that. So I'll let you think about yours. I'll just go ahead and start it off. Me personally, let me see here. Should I go with a recent one?
Oh, for sure. Bring up the most recent because that's gonna be the easiest to flow with. You know what I mean? Like that's off the muscle, ready to go. What'd you do?
The most recent one. I would say my most recent overthinking thing. I'm currently going through something that's kind of got me overthinking, but not really. It's just not overthinking. It's impatient.
Okay. Yeah. You also have that
So
problem.
you got to be able to defer to two guys.
Yeah.
Is it your patience or different type of category, or is it really overthinking?
Yeah.
So one of my overthinking would have to do with one of my friends or friend group.
Okay.
Let's say friend group because none of this can happen without the whole group. So
sounds better.
I recently went through a tough patch in my life and shit. Losing somebody very important to me. I lost my papa late last year. He passed away. And then my Aunt Flo, my papa older sister, she passed away literally the week after.
Yeah.
So it was back to back, two people in my lives that was, important to me and stuff
That's
that I
tough.
seen.
Yeah, it's definitely a tough situation.
Passed away. So it was late. I was going through transition from two different jobs at the time. Taking care of my family, make sure everybody was good and stuff like that. I'm not really the type to just go out and really just talk about it. I might tell one or two people.
Right.
And it's a real stretch on two. You know what I mean? But I'll tell somebody about it just so, at least I can say I told somebody type shit. And I'll be good. And it was a certain scenario. It was bad timing. One of my friends, they wanted to talk to me about something, how they was feeling, or how they was feeling towards me. And me personally, I was just not trying to hear it.
No, for sure.
You know what I mean? I was not in the right headspace to really take in what this person had to say to me and really care about it. If I'm gonna be genuinely and raw about it. I didn't have the right headspace or the emotion to spread to him. You know what I mean?
Right.
And at that time, it took me a while to come back home, come back to Austin, and be on my own again. So by the time I got back, I kind of wanted to be on my dolo shit, chilling on my own. I wasn't really going out. Really, I was just working, coming home. Being on my own type shit. Still enjoying life on my own type shit, relearning some shit without them being in my lives, basically. So to speed up the story, 2 months went by and me and this person have no conversations. You know what I mean? And me personally, I'm thinking nothing of it.
Right.
Cause like I said, I just lost two people in my lives and shit. And it's not like I'm purposely, but I am purposely
avoiding
ignoring everybody.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It wasn't just one particular person.
Yeah.
It was everybody. Nobody was hearing from me.
Yeah, you just distance yourself.
And it also the fact that nobody was hitting me up neither during the time when nobody was hearing from me.
Yeah.
At the time I didn't think nothing of it until after the fact. When I was like, damn, nobody really hit me up. Nigga, it's me. You ain't heard from me for 2 months. You ain't want to check on me?
Yeah.
Okay. That was crazy. But that's another story at another time. But eventually me and this person talked and we both said, well, he said some things and I just sat there and I was like, bro, I literally have no way to respond to that.
Yeah.
Whole time before and after, our friend group kept coming up to me and telling me like, bro, you need to have a conversation with him. I'm like, are y'all still friends? And I'm like, what? And I'm like, what? Like, what? Why would you even ask that? And it was just like, y'all relationship changed. You know what I mean? Y'all not what y'all used to be. And I'm like, okay. I know in my head why I haven't been around, but it's like, it's not just him. I don't talk to nobody.
Anybody. Yeah.
You know, everybody is getting it. Nobody's asking me to make up with the other people in our friend group. They making me trying to make up with one particular person. So to cut it even shorter, you know, with them keep saying that, of course I'm gonna get to thinking like, bro must be talking to him, and he must be thinking that we not friends no more.
Yeah.
So now they got me overthinking like everything that they saying is coming from him.
Right. Yeah. I see what you mean.
You know what I mean? Like, if multiple people in our friend group is coming up to me,
I would probably think the same thing,
saying the same shit, and it got nothing to do with them.
It would be like that person definitely opened their mouth.
It's like that, right? It's that person over there.
I would think
they talking about that.
Yeah, I would think the same shit for sure.
So I'm overthinking that and shit. I'm like, bro, that's generally a problem. So, because like I said, nobody hit me up in the 2 months I disappeared. It wasn't like people was hitting me up and I wasn't texting or calling back.
That's
you know
crazy.
What I mean? I could get it if I wasn't texting or calling back. You know what I mean? But you know what I mean? And it's everybody. So they just got me overthinking about that. And now the effect on our friendship was, I feel like, more dramatic than what it should have been.
Definitely. If I can just speak for a minute, not in a disrespectful manner, but the way that y'all kind of handle shit over there, not even you, but like just the entire friend group, is very dramatic. To me, like I said, no disrespect, it's very childish. It's very childish the way a lot of times the shit's handled. And it's kind of like taking too much to heart when it's never even that deep. There have been that deep scenarios and situations, but most of the time it's really not.
Right.
It just gets kind of blown out of proportion.
And that's exactly what happened.
That's taxing on you, who are like kind of like the person going through it, and then on everybody else, like you just taxing the whole situation now. And you know, there's so much weight everywhere now, so it's like it's unnecessary when it's a simple conversation that can be had.
Right. So that's exactly what happened. It was blown out of proportion. And then when we ended up having a conversation, everything was already built up.
Yeah.
From everybody talking to everybody that's not supposed to be talking to certain people. If people have issues with each other, they should talk it within themselves. Me personally, that's what I think. And that's what I was thinking when I was overthinking. I'm like, why the fuck you over here yapping to all these other people? Like, we really got an issue. I don't have an issue with you, so you must have an issue with me. I can't help but think those things. With these people coming and talk to me and shit. So the tension already built up and shit. And like I said, we haven't talked for 2 months. So why the fuck do we have tension?
Yeah.
And both parties, he said his piece, and I was like, all right, I really don't have nothing to say to that person. To be honest, I just didn't care. At the time.
It's fair.
You know what I mean? It wasn't a big emotional thing for me. I was like, okay, it's big for you, but it's not that deep for me. But it was one thing that this person did say, and it drastically affected our friendship. So the point where it's like, yeah, it's just not the same. Now our friendship really is affected. Like, what they thought before is what it is now.
Damn.
It wasn't that at first. But now it is that.
Yeah.
So what they was trying to prevent, they caused it to happen.
Hey man, that's God.
You know, it is what it is and shit like that. And I ain't really tripping over it and shit. But like, all that overthinking between all these different parties and shit caused a very good friendship to end.
Yeah.
Not saying like me and this person not friends anymore.
Yeah, but the vibe
like,
is the same.
You know what I mean? So our listeners out there, think of somebody who like family, but not the same blood.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? In that instance, like, and imagine that person damn near don't exist anymore.
Yeah.
Like we all probably been through a phase when we was close to somebody, and then later on in years, that friendship was just gone.
Yeah.
That's kind of what this situation is.
Right.
And it would have never happened if all these different parties wasn't overthinking the situation,
throwing their 2 cents in,
throwing their 2 cents in, instead of letting people talk.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Which I wish the other person actually did. Like,
yeah.
you know what I mean? I get it at the time. I didn't want to talk and
Right.
shit. But if it continued to be an issue for you for the next 2 months, why you didn't try to come talk to me again?
No, for sure. At least like a text message or something should be like, trying to get at least some kind of contact.
You know what I mean? But that's my little situation with my most recent overthinking situation dealing with me, another party, and a bunch of parties. It's There's not supposed to be. It's like the Democrats and the Republic had a situation, and then the third parties was trying to get in the race, and it was just like, bro, just join the side.
For sure. Just pick, motherfucker.
Just pick a side, bro. You blowing it all up.
That's definitely tough. I'm not gonna lie. That's interesting. That's definitely different. That kind of shows a side of overthinking that don't really got nothing to do with you too much, but just like other people getting involved can cause so much more chaos.
Right.
And it's unnecessary.
Right. And it's nothing but overthinking going all the way around.
Yeah.
Because nobody has any actual facts.
Yeah.
They just assuming.
Yeah.
Shit's crazy.
Nah, for sure. It'd be like that though. It'd be like that for sure.
What about you? You got any experience?
I mean, probably nothing too recent, to be honest with you, but like to give it a different side, I would say when me and my girl first kind of got together, I definitely overthink a lot about a lot of little shit just because of my past and got done dirty in my past. I feel like no matter what, like whether it's relationship or friendships or shit like that, you pick up signs. You know what I mean? You see the patterns in people, and you kind of pick up things where it's like, oh, I've seen that before. It wasn't good last time. Can I trust it again this time?
Mm-hmm.
So it was a case of that type of shit when me and my girl got first together. But it definitely was more of just my overthinking, because there are natural things that we as people and from men and women are naturally going to kind of do and think and say in certain ways, especially being around certain friend groups and shit like that. There's certain shit that we're going to do, we're going to say. So you can't fault that to the person, but as a person who overthinks, you're going to take it so far because you think of something that it reminds you of from your past that you went through, and you think it's going to happen again type shit.
All right.
So there was just little shit that me and my girl kind of go through, like little fights and arguments, or she would say certain shit. I would say certain shit too, because she's also an overthinker. So it's a fucking shit to deal with whenever we, get into some moods and shit. Mm-hmm. But when we first got together, it was probably the worst. And I would say that more prominent would have definitely been some times where we thought, shit was going on the side. And we both kind of had those thoughts. But it was just overthinking. At some point, I thought she was cheating, and another point, she thought I was cheating. Never happened.
What the fuck?
Yeah. I was like, it never happened. Like, it never happened. I ain't gonna do that shit.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, so that shit never happened, but it's just the overthinking kicks in once you see certain patterns in people that you kind of attribute to other people that you've dealt with in your past. Whether it's actions or words or whatever the fuck it is, you're gonna attribute that type of shit to shit that you've already gone through. And you know my situation, so I didn't want to go through that type of shit again. So I was already on high alert. My walls up, regardless. You know what I mean? Right. So start seeing certain shit like, hold on, wait a minute, what's going on? You know what I mean? So yeah, to me, that's probably like the most prominent shit I can talk about. Would be that, like just little things like that. There'd be other times where it was like arguments we would have, and you kind of see like I would say even not even just like personal shit you go through. I feel like the internet also causes a lot of overthinking.
Definitely.
Like, we're definitely exposed to a lot of shit now, and some people think they know it all, so they put it out on the internet, try to like, oh, well, if you're going through this is what it means, this and that.
All right.
I feel like that influences a lot of us.
It definitely does.
Unintentionally, like definitely like subconsciously, you take it in. It's like, huh, Maybe.
No, it does. It's the same effect as, somebody teach you what 2 plus 2 is.
Yeah.
You don't know what the answer 2 plus 2 is. You can only believe what somebody's telling you.
Right.
You know what I mean? They could say fish plus fish equals 4, and I bet you we'd be out here saying fish plus fish equals 4. So it's the same thing with the influence when it comes to overthinking.
Yeah.
We all got to experience something for the first time.
Oh, for sure.
So once we experience it and we can't quite understand it or develop it ourselves, we go to people or we go to the internet and try to figure out if anybody else been through it and see like if they got any like ideas or suggestions about it. All the time. You know what I mean? It's just the same way when people look up how to cook this, how to build this. It's the same thing. What does it mean when my boyfriends don't want to touch me? What does it mean when my girlfriend
he's gay
is giving me like, one word answers and shit like that? So it's the same thing. You go to the internet and that shit influence you to think that the shit is a certain way when it's not.
Yeah, even the people around, like you were saying from your story, even the people around you can influence the shit.
Right. So when all you got to do is have a fucking conversation and just communicate.
Don't get me wrong, like our communication is definitely better because of going through these situations.
And I know they hear us talk about communication.
I swear to God, motherfuckers, it's the key to fucking life, bro. I don't know what you want us to fucking tell you at this point. If you don't open your fucking mouth, like if I sit here and do this, he don't know what the fuck I'm thinking right now. God damn it!
Right,
How the fuck you want your partner to think that shit? Or how you want your friends to think that shit? Your family? It don't work like that. I don't give a fuck how close you are. I don't give a fuck you've been like this your whole life. I don't know what the fuck he's thinking. He don't know what the fuck I'm thinking. You have to talk.
And as a human, all you gonna want to do is find an answer. So you just gonna assume and overthink.
Yeah, assuming shit is stupid too. I hate assuming shit. Don't get me wrong. I'm fault for it too, but fuck me. I hate that shit.
Nah, that shit's stressful as fuck. It'll definitely make you come out your element, out your character and shit like that.
What?
So, you know what I mean? So what are some signs that you could tell people so they know that they overthinking? Like, what's some things that you notice about yourself or other people? Like, you don't gotta speak on who they is.
Yeah.
Like, what are some qualities? So people, because some people might be on here, they might be like, well, how do I know when I'm overthinking? When it, honest to God, you should fucking know that by now.
I ain't gonna lie to you.
To the people who I think is listening to this by the age, you should know that by now. But you know what? I'm gonna give everybody the benefit of the doubt. Because at the end of the day, like we keep preaching, it's about experience. It's about situations. Maybe they never been taught about it. Maybe they never heard about it. So let's go ahead and educate them. What's some qualities and signs that a person overthinking to you? Oh shit.
When you coming up with fucking scenarios in your fucking head that ain't there, yeah, that's it. That's it right there. That should be like number one on the fucking list. That should definitely be it. That's number one for sure.
Yeah, that's number one already. All right. I ain't gonna lie to you, boy. I'm a scenario king, boy. I'm a scenario king. I could cook up some shit. I could cook up some shit that tell me that you was hanging out with Dr. Duke first. I don't give a fuck. And my brain will believe that shit, nigga. I be fighting demons, nigga. Like, I be real like battling between reality and fucking
I be
fantasy.
Getting mad at what the fuck I'm thinking about.
Say it again for the people in the back, sir.
I be getting fucking mad what the fuck I'm thinking about. Like the scenario in your head puts you in a mood. That's overthinking, motherfuckers.
That's another sign right there, bro.
When your mood changes off of the fucking thoughts you have of shit that's not happening in real life, you're overthinking.
Definitely. 100%. You getting teed up, mad. Definitely. I'm not gonna shy away from it. I'm definitely one of those. For sure. I will cook up some shit that you never even probably thought of doing before, and I'm gonna still be mad at you about it. You know what I mean? So, like he was saying, if you cooking up scenarios, that's a sign. And if you get mad about shit that ain't happening or shit that you think is about to happen, that's another sign. If you getting like socially withdrawn, like I
Right.
was doing,
Yeah.
that's another
That's another
sign
sign.
right there.
That's another sign for
If
sure.
you got any type of physical avoidance, like, and don't get me wrong, I'm not calling you fucking like you tripping and shit for like,
Yeah.
if somebody's trying to touch you and you like moving away. I'm not saying that, but it is a sign for that you overthinking, which is valid at times.
Yeah.
But you see somebody reaching and then you flinch and you move out the way the whole time. They was just trying to get the fucking pineapple
Oh
next to
yeah.
you. So that's another sign for you. What's another sign for overthinking? If you're a perfectionist, yeah. And by perfectionist, I don't mean like you just like tidying up, want shit right all the fucking time. It's just like at whatever particular time and scenario you in this shit, you just like this shit gotta be this way, or I don't want it.
Or
I
you have
don't
to
want to
be
deal
right.
with it and shit like that. Or you gotta be right. You know
I'm
what I
definitely.
mean?
I'm definitely.
Another big one, I would say negative talks about yourself.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. If you negatively talking about yourself, that's another sign of overthinking.
Or if
It's
you're stressing yourself out too.
right. It's if any of those are hitting at any time and you never understood what that is, that's overthinking. You're overthinking
Yeah.
at that moment. And I won't say like overthinking is a bad thing
It's
all
not.
the time.
You got to
It's
use it right though.
You know what I mean? And right and what's right is up to you. You know what I mean? Overthinking can be good and it can be bad. It's two streets to this because at the same time, your overthinking can keep you out of trouble. Your
Yeah.
overthinking can keep you out of a scenario that you weren't supposed to be in. Your overthinking can keep you off the path that you wasn't supposed to be on.
No.
I swear to God, I know for sure. Like I don't know, it's how I go up there and talk to God, but I know. I don't give a damn. I know for sure I know certain scenarios I done overthought myself out of, and that's why I'm
Yeah.
here today. Definitely. Definitely. I definitely know multiple scenarios that I done overthought my way out of, and that's why I'm here today. You know what I mean? Because I could be dead, I could be in jail, I could be in a whole other scenario when I'm working at the factory or some shit. Like not having the opportunities that I'm having
Yeah.
right now. So don't just think overthinking is a bad thing.
Oh yeah. No,
You know
not
what
at
I
all.
mean? It could be good for you. It could be the reason that you survive and get to where you need to go.
Sometimes you might be right.
Right.
Sometimes you could be right with your thoughts. Don't mean I've been right with some of the shit I've overthought. Definitely have.
Have I?
Definitely, definitely have.
Have I?
Especially when it
Hey,
comes certain situations, you bitch
hey,
say
look.
shit.
This bitch is a double-edged sword. You know what I mean? You deal with whatever pressure coming your way, but don't ever think when you overthinking that means you always wrong.
Yeah.
That's not what we telling y'all.
No,
Cause
hell no.
quick scenarios and shit like, let's say, for me personally, going back to that DRA situation, when all that and then some. When she when she wasn't talking to me and
Yeah.
shit, of course I'm making dumb scenarios. She not picking up the
For
phone, she not
sure.
texting me back, but she talking to my homies and shit like that. And I'm like, you know what I mean? What the whoop whoop whoop. So I'm coming up with dumb scenarios and I come to a
Yeah.
conclusion through all those scenarios. Oh, she not fucking with me no more.
Yeah.
We fell off and shit like that. My homies are like, nah, bro, you just gotta give it time. You gotta
Mm-hmm.
let her like, you
Mm-hmm.
know what I mean? She might be going through something. She gonna get back to you. I'm like, bro, no, she not fucking with me, and it's cool. I'm fine with that, bro. But like,
For sure.
y'all just gotta leave it alone. But they kept trying to gaslight me to wait and shit, and it finally got to. And mind you, I never waited. I just kept fighting with them to tell
Yeah.
them to leave me alone and stop telling me to wait because I wasn't
Yeah.
waiting. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
So finally, when it got to a point, well, I don't know what happened. Somebody heard something, whoop de whoop, and they finally gave up. And it was like, damn, bro, you was right. She wasn't. And I was like, yeah,
No,
I
no
know.
shit.
No.
Oh shit.
So your overthink. What I'm getting at all this, your overthinking could teach you certain shit to be aware of in life. Yeah. Just like Andrew was talking earlier with his girl. Him and his girl was insinuating about them cheating because they saw certain shit that they last person did.
Yeah.
That their new partner is doing right now. Yeah. Now it might not be right all the time.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? But me, I'm gonna choose caution over everything. I don't give a fuck if I even feel it. If I even see that bitch down the road, I'm gone. I'm in a car and I'll push it to the next neighborhood. I don't give a fuck. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I'm not even finna play with my heart like that.
No.
You know what I mean? So listen to you know whatever scenario it is when it's coming over. Think it's not always bad, bro. That's why I'm trying to get out all this, bro. Sometimes you gotta listen to it and it's gonna save you at the end. No, I mean,
I feel like you would know when you're right versus when you're like terribly
definitely.
wrong.
You definitely gonna have that voice in your head,
yeah,
telling you like, I don't know about this one, but I don't. Like I know we be tripping about some shit, but I don't know this one.
Cause I don't call myself being like, bro, shut the fuck up. All right.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, you're right. My fault. That's me.
I'm tripping.
Yeah. My bad.
So yeah. All that and then some. That's some qualities of people overthinking and how overthinking could be a good thing.
Yeah.
It's not always bad.
Not always bad.
When it comes to overthinking, what are the biggest things overthinking kind of like? What are the biggest things overthinking kind of like affect in people's lives, like generally?
We could say relationships.
Relationships is definitely a big one.
Whether it's romantic or friendships and shit like that, right? It definitely affects that because you can put yourself like we were saying, you can put yourself in a mood, and now you're treating that person in that mood you put yourself into because you thought some shit was going on, and now you're treating them like it did, but they didn't do nothing. Nothing happened, but you're treating them like it did. So now now there's some pullback. There's fights. There's arguments. There's this and that. Emotions are getting hurt. Feelings are getting hurt. And damn, I don't know. I feel like for one, relationships, and then you yourself in a personal note, in your own head, your own brain, definitely gets affected for sure. Definitely gets affected. Maybe not on the same level, but you definitely affect yourself in a lot of ways. Especially if you're the type of person to overthink every little thing or all the time. You definitely put yourself in a little bit of a funk. You beat your head too much. You cloud in your judgment. You cloud in your emotions. You're kind of feeling stuck in a way.
Mm-hmm.
That's bad.
Wow.
That's and I like probably your professional life. I mean, a lot of people can't separate from outside life to work life, so you don't know. You don't know when you come in the mood and coming to work. You over here thinking about personal shit. Who's to say you're not overthinking about work shit, about your career and shit? And now you putting all those attributes that you would normally be thinking about on your outside shit to your work shit. Now that's getting affected. Every stem of life is going to be affected because of your overthinking.
Definitely, it's a tricky scenario to navigate, because the mind capability is more advanced than we could ever grasp. Cause what they said, how much control of our brain do we have?
Like 10%.
Like 10%. So 90% of your brain, us humans, we don't even understand it right now.
Don't touch
it. You know what I mean? We don't even understand it right now.
I want superpowers when we do though. When we get there, I want superpowers for sure.
Okay. So that's where all them impulses and shit come from. And shit like that. And shit when you be like, why the fuck did I say that?
Yeah.
Or why did I do that? It's coming from that. I felt me personally. I don't know. This is just me speaking. I'm not. Yeah. It's not fact.
Yeah.
I feel like it's coming from 90% of your brain you have no control over.
Nah, for sure. That fuck it scenario's in there somewhere.
Yeah. You know what I mean? So definitely, to me personally, when it comes to people general, personal and shit like that. Of course, relationships. We just did a whole segment on that, how that affects shit. But another big thing that I want to bring up, like Andrew just said lastly, was professionalism in the workforce and shit.
That's even worse.
When it comes to people, and I'm just speaking on one topic of professionalism, all job like shit.
Yeah.
When it comes to taking an opportunity, that's where the most overthinking comes from.
No, for sure. Because you're going to be positive and negative in your head.
You feel me? Like, when it comes to try to go get something that you want, some of us just like that. We just built like that. Yeah. And it's like, bro, fuck it, let's do it. Yeah. But most of us out here, we overthink it first. We're like, I don't know if I can. I never did it before. I don't got no experience. I don't have a blueprint. Nobody in my life or anybody around me has ever did this before, so I don't even know where to start. It causes you to develop the big thing that we like to call fear, or another big thing that we like to call self-doubt. And once those two get put into your category, when you're trying to make a decision, boy, you better be ready to go 12 rounds of Floyd Mayweather.
My type